So, SL had a clan match against MXTP this weekend. The results were in favor of SL with 2 wins and 2 maps tied. Our leader told us to be humble after the match and to just thank MXTP for their time. So we kind of expected that same kind of gesture from MXTP. But that's not what happened. And in fact, it just sounded like they were making a bunch of excuses for their loss. So, I'm not in the Facebook group, but my teammates posted screenshots in our WhatsApp group. So I'm going to be replying to those messages and trying to clear some things up, not only for MXTP, but for everyone. So I'm going to preface this by emphasizing something really important, and that's the clan list. Before we play any match, friendly or official, SL Clan has a list of who will play and what they will be playing. This is to avoid any confusion in the middle of the match. I'm sure other clans do this as well. But we take this list very seriously because we expect the players on the list to have confirmed their attendance and be ready for the match at the time that we're going to be playing. Oh, and side note, SL has more than 12 members, but apparently people don't realize that the clans have more than 12 members, so they assume that anyone else is from a different clan. I'm not going to sit here and deny this. I'm well aware that SL has a history, but that's in the past. It happened, it's over with, and those people have left. And one of the main persons who was responsible for SL having that reputation actually joined MXTP. If you guys aren't aware, Hakertito was the one who used to make the list of who would play in the matches in the past. He was the one who picked and contacted the people who would be playing. So for him to try to expose SL without taking responsibility for his own actions is hypocritical. SL was founded by people who left clans. The main person who wanted to start a new clan was Hakertito. He asked his friends in LK to leave the clan, and he asked Tiesto, who had left Critical at that time, if he wanted to start a new clan. The main reason people left LK was because there were LK members who were saying that LK wasn't good anymore. That LK used to be the best, and now the new members are trash, and that they're ruining the image of LK. And here are some examples. These two were sent to me through Kick Messenger. One of them was an LK member, and the other one was someone else. And that's kind of why people decided to leave LK. LK wasn't a clan that was united anymore. It was now split between those who consider themselves the old school players who came from the PS3 and the new players who just wanted to have fun. That's the main reason most people left. At least that was my reason for leaving. Hakertito left LK clan because they didn't defend him when the MXTP were bullying him on social media. I recall this because he invited me to a party the next day and he told me how betrayed and humiliated he felt. And by bullying, I mean constantly posting racial things about his background, which was Argentina, and constantly bringing up his economic state. I'm sure that's all in the past now, but I'm just making sure you guys are aware of the history. He wanted to start a new clan where we would all be friends and support each other. In fact, this is one of the first messages we got. And I like the sound of it, by the way. It reminded me of my old friends when we played together and just always supported each other. Moreover, people in SL didn't want others to know that they were an SL clan. I'm sure they had their own personal reasons. Again, it made the SL clan look really shady. Back then, there were times where I didn't know who was who, but Hakertito knew because he was one of the leaders. In fact, he was one of the founders of the clan. Hakertito was the one who made most of the decisions in the clan, including who would play in matches. So for him to say that we had infiltrados in every match, he was the one who was personally contacting them. When he left, it was a fresh new start for SL Clan. His wife, though, remained in the clan. Oh, and before I forget, I took this screenshot because I didn't want to forget who was going to be playing in this match that we had against Critical Clan. Here is Hakertito posting the list of who will be playing. Oh, yeah. He did that for every match pretty much, so he knew. And you can tell it's him because the person replying to him calls him pibe, which is the term that we use for him. So I remember this clearly. SL Clan had a friendly match with M4D. I haven't seen them in a while, so I don't know if they're still around. So while we were setting up and getting our members in, Hakertito's wife joined the match. As I stated before, we always post a list of who will be playing before the match in our WhatsApp group to avoid any confusion. We have more than 12 members in our clan, but only 12 people can play. Hackertito's wife was not in the WhatsApp group, and I don't think she ever joined actually. She never saw the list of who would be playing, and she wasn't even on the list to begin with. So she was basically taking up a spot for one of our members. Now, at that time, we just got a new member. This was a person who many people were trying to recruit, and he decided to finally join SL Clan. He was brand new to the clan, and he literally had just joined I think the day of or the day before, so we wanted to see how he would do up against another clan. His name was Iron Checo. We were all using game chat at that time, and Hackertito's wife was in the chat. As you can see, her mic is turned on, and she even talks for a little bit. I can assure you that she could definitely hear us. Mori-sama told her that he would leave and give her his spot so that she can play, even though she wasn't on the list. We pretty much all agreed on this. Maurice would leave, and Hackertito's wife would still be able to play. It was problem solved, no big deal. So Mori-sama leaves the match, as you can see in this video, and Mystic, SL Mystic, who is Hackertito's wife, leaves after him. So, we didn't think much of it, we just thought maybe she didn't want to play anymore. We had told her beforehand though that Maurice would leave for her, and we told her to stay in the match and to not worry about it. But she did the immature thing, and she went on social media and she cried about how we were letting infiltrados play over SL members. That wasn't true at all. And you can see it in the video. So, Checo was not an infiltrado, and he made it clear that he joined SL. Gloria, you weren't on the list to play for that match, but you weren't in the WhatsApp group either, so we understood why you didn't know that. We still wanted you to play though, which is why Maurice left the match to give you his spot. And you knew this, but you still wanted to start drama for no reason at all. But we all know why you did it. I don't even know if Hackertito is an MXTP anymore. It doesn't matter though. I just want to explain that the main person who was exposing SL was the one who actively facilitated that type of behavior. And that person who did it is now in a different clan. He's not even in SL. So after the match last weekend, MXTP accused SL of bringing people from BTK1 clan to play. I don't think people realize that just because a few of our members get along with BTK1 members, it doesn't mean that we do that. Lots of people think that MXTP takes people from ATC1 for their matches, but we don't use that as an excuse if we lose. And it's just rumors, right? In the same way that people from MXTP can be friends with people from ATC, members from SL can also get along with members from BTK1. Personally, I just see BTK1 as just another clan. So back to the accusation. They said that we didn't let people join from our own clan so that people from other clans would play for us. We have a list, guys. We know who will play and who will not, and we all try to join the match so that we can hold our spot. While we were setting up, MXTP had 13 people in the lobby for a good 3 minutes? And we never once cried that you guys were putting in people from ATC1, because we don't care. In fact, we had people waiting in line in the unicorn queue too. But if we have more than 12 people, apparently we have people from BTK, right? There's no logic to this. Anyway, before the match started, I was live streaming on Twitch. We were waiting on one of our members from the list because he was late. His name was Parthia. And I didn't move in the game, so the game kicked me. I joined back immediately, but there was a unicorn queue. As you can see in this video, I was actually streaming on Twitch, and I got kicked for going AFK for too long, apparently. I forgot how long this game is for you to get kicked from, and honestly, I was shocked I even got kicked, because I thought the match was pretty much already over. And by the time I realized it was way too late, and I knew that I had to join back immediately, and when I went back, as you guys can see, I was in a unicorn queue of 4 of 4. So no one was giving a spot for someone. That was my own stupidity, basically. I wasn't giving my spot to someone. I was supposed to start the match, and it was my fault for being an idiot and not moving my controller. Before the match, we were also waiting for another one of our members, who was the killer, or on PS3 he's known as SL Carnage. SL Diablo got accused of also leaving the match and giving up his spot to someone else. Guys, he disconnected. He has bad internet. And let's be honest, a lot of people have bad internet and disconnect from this game all the time because the servers are not as good. I'm sure it's happened to MXTP in the past too. SL Diablo, who is Libelu, immediately posted in our WhatsApp group saying he's rejoining. And of course, we have a line of players in case one of the connection drops. That's just the logical thing to do. I was mad at myself that I actually turned off my PS4. I was pissed for letting me go AFK, and I knew I probably wouldn't be able to rejoin the match because of the long unicorn queue. Finally, I got a message from on WhatsApp telling me to join up, so I did and we played our matches. We have a bench and we have a unicorn queue waiting. Unless you guys want us to play 11 versus 12, I don't know why you guys would complain. For you guys to accuse us of winning unfairly to justify your loss only makes you guys look bad. I understand that some SL members like to rub it in your faces that we win, but we were honestly trying to be humble. That's why we got Gazapo, who is SL Inferno, to post a message on Facebook rather than someone like, I don't know, Zatu, who would have probably said some other things. But we didn't want to trash talk. We genuinely just wanted to say good game. One of the sad things I realized is that the biggest fight doesn't happen during the clan match. It happens after. Usually there's a fight amongst the losing team's members. People get really upset because people genuinely do care about their clan, and they hate losing to people who, well, are their enemies, I guess. Lots of people argue with each other in this game, but clan matches are usually what decides which team is better, and it shuts people up, believe it or not. And yet, at the same time, people are afraid of losing that they don't even accept clan challenges, not even friendly matches. But SL Clan is ready for any challenge. We actually even faced a clan from Asia. And I'm really happy to see new clans springing up. So with no news of Garden Warfare this E3 and no more updates for the second game, I think clans are what really is still giving life to Garden Warfare 1, at least on the Sony consoles it is. And if you're thinking of making a new clan and want to practice against others, I'm pretty sure SL is up for it. And to be honest, I think the older clans would be happy to help too. And if we don't want this game to die, I think we should learn to be better sports. I have friends in pretty much all the clans. I think the only clan I don't have a friend for is MXTP, but that's because I don't really run into them that much, so it's not like a personal thing. SL wants to continue to play matches, and we hope that those who lost aren't disillusioned and strive for a rematch. I understand very well that SL had a history, but I think it's also time to put some things in the past and move forward. I'm sorry this video was so long, by the way. I probably won't have a video this long ever again. SL is going to be having another clan match on the PS3, and it will be streamed through YouTube either through SL Clan's channel or through this channel here. But I'll leave a link in the description for SL's channel, so please check it out. And there's other clans who also have their own YouTube, so feel free to check them out too. Thank you guys for watching.